Keeping your credit score at the level that you want is not always an easy task. It takes work and effort to get a high score. You need to be careful about paying your bills on time, and you need to avoid using your credit cards too much. Plus, you have to make sure you don't get too far into debt. Many people just don't put that kind of effort and work into the process, and they may just let their scores fall. After all, you can still get through life with a moderate or even bad credit score. On the other hand, there are a whole lot of benefits that come along with a high credit score. You can get perks, bonuses, and even low-interest loans, which are all going to make it a whole lot easier for you to accomplish the other goals you have in life. So, on this video, we're going to look at some of the specific benefits that you'll be entitled to when you get your credit score up. 1. Pay less interest. Interest rates are going to follow you anytime you borrow money, but the rate that you pay is going to be different depending on your credit score. If you have a good credit score, you'll get better interest rates on any money that you take out. Someone with a good credit score is going to qualify for better rates or even the best possible rates, and they're going to have lower charges when it comes to taking out loans of any kind. Think about it. If your interest rate is lower, that means you're going to pay less interest and you're going to pay off the loan faster. That means you're going to have more money to do other things with. Even just a single percentage point over a 30-year mortgage could be the difference between tens of thousands of dollars. You'll end up in a positive cycle of better credit, easier to manage debt, and even better credit. It just keeps going around and around. 2. Get better insurance. Did you know that your insurance rates are actually tied to your credit score as well? It's a strange but true fact that you may not have even thought about. People that have better credit scores are generally more likely to get lower insurance rates. The thing is that if you have a low credit score, insurance companies think that you're more likely to file a claim. They're not allowed to deny you coverage because of your score, but they can increase the amount that you have to pay every month. That means you're going to end up paying more. If you have a low credit-based insurance score, you can end up with high rates on insurance for anything that you might need, from your house to your car and more. 3. Get better credit cards. You've seen all the ads for those great credit cards, right? The ones that advertise all that money back and the lowest rates and the best rewards. Well, those are credit cards that you need to have a specific credit score in order to get. If you don't have good credit, you're not going to get the card. If you had good credit, you could get lower interest, fewer fees, better rewards, and even higher credit limits. That's going to make it easier for you to buy the things that you want, when you want them. If you have a large credit limit, it's actually going to increase your credit over time because it shows that you can be trusted with that type of responsibility. As you continue to showcase this, the banks you work with will be more likely to trust you with more money for anything you might need. 4. Get that loan. If you have bad credit, you've probably been turned down for a loan in the past, right? But if you have good credit, that's less likely to happen. That's not to say that it doesn't happen, because things like income and current debt are also evaluated, but it's less likely. If you have a good score, you can likely feel comfortable applying for that new credit and expecting to get approved. 5. Get the rental. A landlord is actually able to pull your credit score before they agree to rent or lease an apartment to you. With the ratings and the information that they get, they can make a decision whether you get that rental or you don't, and that's going to mean the difference between what's potentially your dream and something else entirely. Of course, even if you do get approved, you may have some other problems. You could end up with a larger security deposit because you have bad credit or with some other type of side effects that make it harder for you to rent. 6. Get the right to negotiate. When you go to negotiate anything, you're going to have more control and more power if you actually have great credit. You'll be able to sit at that table where you're trying to get a loan or a mortgage and counter the offer you're given. Your bank wants to make a deal with you because they know they're going to get their money back, and that is going to make you a prime candidate for them to offer the absolute best that they can. When you're the best candidate, it means that the lender is going to be more willing to try to beat out their competitors to try and get your business. Having good credit makes you look more reliable and more financially stable. It makes you look like a guarantee, and that means you should be leveraging whatever you can to get the best for yourself. Get lower interest, get more credit, and get a more convenient repayment plan. Use your credit score as a bargaining chip. You worked hard for it. 7. Get the job. Employers are generally going to ask to see your credit score, and while you have the right to refuse, it's generally not a good idea to do it. If you show up with bankruptcies, late payments, or more, they might not want to make an offer to you. They may feel like you're more likely to be a less than stellar employee because you're struggling with those financial problems. If you have a good credit score and you pay your bills on time, you're going to have a much higher chance of getting a job, getting an apartment, and getting anything else that you want. 8. Get the limit increase. If you have a higher credit score, you're most likely to get approved for a higher credit limit. That means you're going to have more money at your disposal and you're going to have the ability to buy larger items. Plus, you're going to have a much lower debt-to-credit ratio if you're smart about your spending. If you use less than 30% of your available credit, you're going to increase your credit substantially, and that's definitely going to be worth it. 9. Get lower utilities. Did you know that your utility company also looks at your credit score? They do, and they may not want you as a customer if you have a history of debt or missed payments. They can even charge you a deposit before they take you on. Keep in mind that you're going to have service fees and additional charges associated with your utilities too, and those can be higher if you don't have good credit. With good credit, you may be able to waive some or all of those fees. On the bottom line, getting great credit is going to be hard. You're going to have a long process to it, and you're definitely going to have to be realistic along the way. You're going to have to stick with a budget. You're going to have to pay attention to when your bills are due. But if you do it, you're going to have a whole lot of savings on everything from your mortgage to your interest rates, and you're going to have a better chance of getting the apartment and the job that you're looking for. That's it for now. On our website, you can find more posts, as well as calculators and other financial tools. Know more benefits you can get with Great Score? We would love to know your thoughts, so feel free to share them with us in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get the best financial videos for free.